Alright guys, so today's video I think is basically EarFun's way of saying I think it's cute that all of you other earbud companies are coming out with budget earbuds and you're doing a decent job. But we're here to show you that we're still one of the best, if not the best, when it comes to budget earbuds. And with the EarFun Air 2, which is the pair that we're going to check out today, they're really throwing basically everything that they can throw at it while still keeping it at a really low price, because it comes in retailing at $49. Although because it's just released, they're doing some kind of little check the coupon box to get it to 20% off that. And they also have a code that you can use, which I'll have all of this in the description, where you can get another 5% off. So right now you can actually pick these up for $37. And once we get into the features and what all you get for this $37, you'll basically see what I mean when I say that EarFun just went all in on this pair for something that you can get for $37. So let's go ahead and start with the design and the overall look of the case and the earbuds. The case is fairly small. The earbuds, I would say, is fairly small for a stem style design. Now up at the earbud part, it is a gloss black, which is going to attract fingerprints, but the outside, which is the stem, is a silver, and that's not going to show fingerprints at all. Now this pair does use touch controls, and I am happy to say that out of the box you do get control over everything. You have your play, your pause, skipping your tracks forward, going backwards. You have your volume up, your volume down. You don't have to go in their app to actually have to switch some things around to get it to do what you want it to do. But as far as the features and what really makes these stand out is they're using Bluetooth 5.3, which is allowing you to have that multi-point connection so you can connect to more than one device at a time. It is high-res wireless certified with LDAC support, so you have basically some of the highest Bluetooth codec that you can possibly get on a $37 or $49 pair of earbuds. It also has a low latency mode that you switch it into, or a gaming mode. So if you're looking to use these with gaming or movies or whatever, having that low latency mode and also having Bluetooth 5.3 really means you don't have to worry about lag or having the audio not sync up with people talking. It also comes in rated at IPX7, which means it's pretty much waterproof in most situations. So not only is it good against blocking out rain and sweat and splashes, if you happen to drop it in the water, you're gonna be fine as long as you just don't let it sit there all day. So it's nice to know that you have that sort of protection. And then on top of that, the case on these is also a Qi wireless charging case. So although it comes with its USB-C cable for charging, having Qi wireless charging means you can just drop this on any wireless charger and it will charge that way. And speaking of charging, the battery life on these are very impressive. Now there's no noise canceling on these to kind of degrade the battery life in those situations, but using them just straight like they are, you can get 9 hours on the earbuds and about 40 hours using the case. Now if you do use them in the LDAC mode, that is going to give your battery life a hit there. It brings it all the way down to 5.5 hours on the earbuds and about 23 hours using the case. So you can tell how much power using that LDAC is going to draw. But if you do happen to pick the earbuds up and they are dead, this pair does have a fast charge feature where a 10-minute charge will get you 2 hours of use. Now, one of the areas where they decided to cut cost on these is they decided not to have active noise canceling. I think that definitely bumps up the cost in a lot of other earbuds. And I think this is a good choice because this pair has really good passive noise canceling, which basically means just putting the earbuds in your ear and getting a good seal with the ear tips, it already blocks out a decent amount of your surroundings. And once you're listening to these at 50% volume or anything above that, it's going to block out most of the noise around you anyway. There's just no active noise canceling or any of the mics trying to do anything to block out surroundings on its own. Now this pair does work with EarFun's app, and although EarFun's app is not one of my favorites, it does allow you to keep these earbuds updated. There are several different EQ options, or you can just go in and customize the EQ settings the way that you want. The app is also where you can switch on the multi-point connection so that you can have it connect to a tablet or a laptop and also your phone. This is also where you would switch it into the gaming mode, and it also has a Find My Earbuds feature, which is not one of those where it like locates it with a GPS, but it has it where the earbuds, it will play a sound and be able to locate them that way. So if they're just in the general area and you can't find them, like if they're stuck in a couch or they're on the other side of the room and you just don't remember. This actually does come in handy most of the time. Just don't expect it that like if you left it at the park, it's gonna let you know you left it at the park. And then another thing you can do within the app is you can actually disable the touch controls. And where I find this comes in handy is if you're gonna go to the gym or go for a run or a walk, and you may have to adjust the earbuds to kind of get them to fit right. It's not going to accidentally do something like pause your music or skip your track or anything like that. So it's not something that I would use very often, but there are situations where you may want to just disable the touch controls. Now, like I said earlier, in the box, it does come with a USB-C cable, and it also comes with 4 sets of silicone ear tips. So it's pretty easy to find a pair that's going to fit you, and that's very important because, like I said, there's no active noise canceling, so you do need a good seal to try to block out some of the stuff around you, but you also need a good seal so that you're getting the best out of these when it comes to the sound. Now, if you are going to use this pair for taking phone calls, it does have 4 microphones total. It is using environmental noise canceling to try to block out a lot of the stuff that's going on around you, and for the most part, I feel like these are doing a pretty decent job, but you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here. So here is the mic test using the EarFun Air 2, and I decided to again come outside so you can hear it just as if you were taking a call with normal sounds going on around you. So this is just to give you an idea of what it would sound like if you were to take a call. So now let's talk about the sound. Now these are using 10mm wool composite dynamic drivers, and they seem to have refined their sound a little bit. It doesn't actually sound like the typical EarFun sound signature that I'm used to. Now it is a dynamic sound. I'm not saying that they're trying to dial anything back, but it seems like they focused a little bit more on the mids and the treble, or trying to refine that and not have it focus so much on having a punchy low end. Now these do have a definite punch to them. The bass is actually pretty fast, so with genres like metal and rock, it keeps up really nicely. But also in genres like pop and hip hop, it can give you that more loose, like subwoofer type feel if it was recorded that way. It's not where just all bass sounds bloated and too overpowering, which usually kind of messes up other genres that aren't more bass driven. But it is a clean sounding earbud. The mids I feel like are just slightly boosted so that male and female vocalists stand out. If I'm watching movies or TV shows, I could always hear the dialogue very clearly. And the treble, I feel like this is where this pair is starting to add a little bit more life to its sound than other EarFun earbuds in the past. The treble has a nice bright sound to it. I don't feel like it gets harsh or anything like that, so it's not ear fatiguing. It's very easy to just listen to this pair for, you could listen to it for the 9 hours that you can get out of the battery life. And I never felt like you get tired of whatever you're listening to. So it's a pleasing sound, it is a dynamic sound, and even going into the EQ options, I really don't feel like you can get a flat sound out of these. I feel like they're just made to have that consumer curve when it comes to the sound signature. Even with, again, switching between all the different EQ options, you can tell that the bass is still slightly boosted and the treble has some nice brightness to it. There's just no way to get rid of that. And the soundstage and the sound imaging on this pair, I was also pretty surprised with. It left me feeling like I was in a large room, and I never had any issue with being able to tell where sounds were coming from. So my overall opinion on this pair is this is easily one of the best budget pair of earbuds that you can buy, and really the only sacrifices, and I don't feel like it's much of a sacrifice because most people don't actually need active noise canceling. So you don't have active noise canceling, and then you don't have smart sensors. So it doesn't pause when you take them out, and it doesn't just go back to what you're listening to when you put them back in. But the fact that you're getting battery life that can last you all day, the fact that you're getting IPX7 so you don't have to worry if you accidentally drop them in a pool or drop them in the bathtub or whatever. You can even use these to shower with if you want to. That is nice. But having the LDAC support and having the sound that these have, these punch like well above their price tag when it comes to sound quality. And I've said this in my other videos, sound quality is like the main thing that I look for in a pair of earbuds. I am not driven to features. I don't think that is the huge selling point for me, but this pair still has some really nice features, and having the sound quality pretty much makes this pair a no-brainer at $37 or even the $49 when it goes back to its normal retail price. But guys, that's my video on the brand new EarFun Air 2s. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.